Yep. Yep.
Okay, here we go. I'd like to move this though down. Anybody know how to do that?
You can move so your views are up there. So just go minimize. Yep.
I don't want to take it totally off. Can I do this?
There you
Okay. Hi, everybody. I guess nobody responds back because it's just me. All right. So today we are getting together to talk a little bit about daily intentional activities and what I do every day as a realtor. So what has made me successful so that I can pass that along to you, just to show you, just to give you some quick tips. And so here we go. So before we begin, I wanted to start out and just get you guys to start thinking about what defines your success. Is it money? Is it a feeling? Is it, hey, MJ, I'm going to mute you. What is your why about what you're doing, what you do? Why are you in this crazy career that we call real estate?
Partly because it has afforded me freedom. It's my livelihood to make or not. So I've got freedom of time, unless I'm really busy and then it eats me. But if I need to take a week off for a litter of pups, I could do it in the past. It affords me the money to pay for veterinarians and critters. It affords me a chance to provide a source of generational wealth, which suits my particular social obligation feelings, I suppose. It's the capitalist thing of the world, but it's also an opportunity to do moral stuff and on my own terms. I'm a very independent subcontractor.
Okay, it all makes sense. So I wanted to share with you what my why is. When I first started out, this is what my broker looked like. So that's a picture of him. And I thought you guys would appreciate that. He wasn't that handsome. And this is what I rode to do showings. So things are a little different today. But that's just a little quick look back at how I practiced real estate when I first started. The reason why I personally got into real estate is because I had a child who went to private school, and in order to go to private school, I had to pay tuition, and tuition was $3,500 a year. And I was a stay-at-home mom, so I had to come up with a way to do that. And my mother was a realtor, and I thought it was really like at the time, I think it's scary, and I still think it's scary, you know, because you're first getting into the business, everybody knows more than you do, right? Everybody. And so that was my why, that it was $3,500 I wanted to earn. So I started out as an agent at a small mom and pop shop in town, and they were Hook and Ekman. And I learned everything that I knew under Dave Hook, and I was really, really happy there. And I stayed there until 2016, and I was an independent agent. And then I started my own team because I saw that's the way things were going. And I stayed there until I started seeing Dave's team taking over the local office. And I wasn't able to form my own identity there. I couldn't find a way to like stand out. And I think that was important. So I left there and took my team, which was the Knox group, to Berkshire Hathaway. And plus I was getting sort of tired of reinventing the wheel all the time, which you sort of do at a small mom and pop business. So I was so excited when I went to Berkshire Hathaway, because here I am at, Warren Buffett's feet, and all the great tools and things like that. I soon found out that I was never going to meet Warren Buffett. But we, we had this great following, and our team was just fabulous, made up of just fabulous people, dear friends. And in 2019, we became the Knox Bowermaster Hovetter team, and we just made a heck of a run with it. In this town, we made a heck of a run with it, and we're very much competing with the top teams. And in 2020, and this was during COVID, it came to light that, Berkshire Hathaway probably wasn't the end all be all for us, that we needed to be, we reached like a level where we thought that we could be on our own. And long story short, we came to Iron Valley and absolutely fell in love with everything, literally everything, and what it has given us and what we have seen, what it gives to other agents, which is, just the independence and the forward thinking and all that other stuff, which, I don't have to tell you guys, it, you're living it. So my why is, why I do this is, I have to tell you, I am deathly afraid of failing. That's the truth of the matter in everything that I do. I have this, I'm a workaholic, and I work so hard because I don't ever want to fail at anything. I wake up every morning and treat every day in real estate like I can't fail, every single day. And if I feel like, and you can ask any one of my partners, if I feel like I've ever failed one of our agents in any of our offices, it is one of my worst days. One of my worst days. And it's one of my partner's worst days too. And you won't get that in any other brokerage, truly. I really feel that way. That's how serious we take this job. And then the other reason why I truly do it is because I hate to look at price tags. And I know when I am looking at price tags, I got to start selling more. So that's what financial freedom does for me. And that's what real estate has done for me. It's given me a great life for my family and the people that I've gotten to meet. And it's just been a great life. So that's my why. And I encourage you all to think about why you truly, truly do it and what makes you wake up every morning. But if you didn't know my story, that's it in a nutshell. I've been consistent, a $3 to $5 million producer. I would be teased that I could wake up and it would, spring market would happen and I would just sell, right? But I want to let you know that I've always treated real estate like it was a job, always. Like I came to work every day, I woke up and it was Dave and I in the office. It was, we came, like I didn't think that I didn't have to come to the office because I knew it was my job, right? Or if I didn't come in the office, I was at home working. So I had this mentality that real estate was my job. I never purchased any leads ever. I started a database of my friends, family, and clients and referral makers. And I developed systems to stay in touch with them over the years. And I just stuck to it. And if anybody, that they know, like if you talk to me, I have these Sunday night look backs. And I look back on Sunday and I see who I need to add to my database that from last week or from the weekend that I ran into at the grocery store. And I'm never a hard sell. It's part of who I am, I've always wanted to be just that person who somebody relates real estate with. And that becomes very natural when you just sort of live that life, right? So my whole system has been adding contacts to my database day in, day out, and keeping in touch with them. And communication and follow-up systems has created a fan base through outstanding customer service. So I've always tried to go over the top with my clients, I've always, there's nothing that I really won't do, or I take that back, that I won't get my husband to do for my clients, right? To painting a ceiling, to hauling trash, to, there's never anything that I just won't do for my client that'll take me over the top. To do it at 120%. It's ridiculous sometimes, yes. But it has gotten the fan base and the clients to continue to come back. So you just, the more that you do it, it just becomes more natural, right? In giving that 120% at all times. And as my sphere of influence grew, right? As your reputation starts growing as a person who always gives it their all, because all it takes is one time not to give it your all, one time to be a slacker, right? One time of like not showing up when you should have, and then like it just starts talking, right? And then you may not get that deal, or it may not, it just goes negative. I started doubling, my sales started doubling, right? I went from, 3 and 5 to 6 to 7 to 8, because I just kept feeding my database with these people. And then, I do things like this, I deliver pizzas when people are moving into the house, beer and pizza, that's my thing. And I do that, when there's lots of people there, right? And they're like, holy cow, my realtor never did that for me, that type thing. So just be yourself, but be unlike anybody else, right? But be true to who you are. And that was always being true to me, but find your thing. And you will find, without a doubt, your sales will just increase naturally. I always, sorry. I always keep in touch with my clients. I show up every day and I practice something. I don't know what that says. Oh, I practice real estate like I can't fail. Yeah, that's what it is. So that's my background, and every day that's me. So there isn't a magic bullet or any shortcuts in real estate at all. So I meet lots of people every day, new realtors in business, people, maybe had a really great year and now they're looking, to even have a better year, but sometimes they're just not willing to put the work into it. And then they'll quickly have a really crappy year the following year. You got to put the time into it. You've got to put the dedication into it. You've got to treat your clients right. You have to have a book of business. You've got to have a book of business. So I'm going to show you my way, but I want you to make it your way. And that's why people like Tom Ferry and all these other really great people, Buffini, that's why they spend all this, or they can charge all this money to sell these systems to us. And it's no secret because we can't totally duplicate what they do, right? So we can share amongst each other, and I'll share what I do because you're not going to be able to duplicate exactly what I do. So that's what I think Iron Valley does really great. We share. So I can't wait to hear your success stories of what you find yourself doing, especially for this last fourth quarter, and what you want to implement for the new year. So there's 10 things that I find myself doing and I've done throughout the years. The number one thing that I always do is a planner, right? And I don't use it for ways that you think that I would use it. I always have it open every day. And you'll see me walking around with my planner. And my planner is my goal setting. So I use it just to write down, Sunday night, I write out my goals, what I want to do. I can't time block. I don't know agents that can time block. God bless them. And coaches that teach you how to time block. I can't do it, right?
They
how do
don't
you do
have
that?
animals.
How do you do that when the phone rings? Now you got to go show a house. I can't do that, right? But I can write down a goal, all my goals for the week. I know I just got to complete them. I don't know when I'm doing it, but I got to do it. So I've always had a planner. So I write down how many new contacts that I need to add that week, right? And then I've got to do it somehow or another. I've got to do that. And then I make sure that I check that off. I will write down how many phone calls I need to make, how many thank you notes I need to make. So there should be a list of intentional real estate activities that you come up with that you know you're comfortable with, right? So here it is. Why buy a planner? You plan your goals for the quarter, the month, and the week, and you track your progress. You also put all your notes for the week, they go here until you can move them to KV Core. So for example, who's the person that has lots of notes written everywhere and somebody calls and like, oh my God, somebody called, they got to go see a house, or somebody called, they want to start looking for a house, you can't find the note then afterwards. Everything goes right here in your planner, everything. Then you can look back and find it, right? And that's what I said, I don't lose notes anymore because it's all right here in my planner. But it's also how I track my progress because I can see when I'm lazy, there's nothing written in here, like nothing. And then I can see weeks where I'm like, damn girl, you had it going on. Look how much you did. So I like to see that. I like to see what I was doing for the week. So it's just a good way of keeping up with your progress. I also sometimes just like to write cool words in there that just keep me going. Like you'd look in here, you'd see a word like breathe. And I'll just come back to it, breathe.
You should remember to do that.
I should. So these are how I break it down. So contacts added, so big, because if you don't add contacts, your book of business gets stale. In real estate, we're always trying to find a way to add people and to talk to people, right? You can't be a secret agent. We've got to keep spreading the word. So you make a goal, and I am constantly moving my clients through the life cycle through KV Core. I'm moving them from new lead, from sphere of influence, from active lead. So that's how I move my people through the life cycle. So I'm in KV Core every day, moving them around, right? And then when I'm slow, I'm going in and I'm searching for them. Because I don't know where you prospect if you don't have your people in your book of business, right? Like I go into Facebook and I'll look what people are saying. I'll start talking to people through Facebook Messenger, blah, blah, blah. Like, and you'll see people talking about houses and stuff like that. I'm grabbing them and I'm putting them in my contact. I'm reaching, touching, loving, squeezing, right? All the time. Because this is part of my days. This is part of my 8, 10, 15-hour day. Calls. Calls are so big, right? So I set a goal for how many past clients I'm going to reach out to. This is why you put I'm jumping ahead of the game, but this is why you put in KV Core, every person that I sold this year, I put in a hashtag that says past buyer or past seller 2022, because I go back and I call them, right? And I check in. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? Are you unpacked or is stuff just thrown in the closet? That's what I want to know, right? Are you like me or are you really, really organized? So I want to reach out to them. And then I'm always going to follow up every conversation with, so who else do you know who wants to go through the same misery that you just went through? Right? I want to know. So I have become very comfortable with asking my friends and family and my past clients who they know that is looking to buy or sell. And the reason why I'm not afraid to ask that is because I would rather them work with me than work with somebody that only cares about getting paid, right? I want them to work. I would rather them work with me than someone who doesn't know how to count the days in the contract, someone that misses the dates, someone that doesn't know anything about whatever. I want to protect them. So I'm not afraid to ask. And when you ask, you get answers. When you don't ask, you don't. Literally, when I'm pumping gas, the person next to me knows I'm a realtor. In a nice way. Sometimes I think I'm nuts, but still, I get their information and they get mine. And then they're like, that lady's nuts. But still, I found a plumber, a new plumber that I call, you know what I mean? Just don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Note cards and letters. Oh, back to calls. Nurture clients, new leads, referral maker. Who wants a CMA, right? You're calling friends like, hey, you've lived in your house for how long, right? Okay, so do you want to know now how much your house is worth? Let me just fool around with this. You also want to say, hey, I've got a new system that our company is using. It's called KV Core. I'm like freshening up on it. Can I just practice on your house? Right? I mean, that is the truth. We all need practice on it, but why not? Note cards, letters, past clients, thinking of it. There's so much to do. Is there enough time in a day? I don't think so. Social media. Host your website. Does everybody understand? KV Core is a website, is your website. Have you seen your website? It is your website. Everything that you do on there, you need to advertise your website so they come back to it. I just gave a crash course right before we got on here with Kyle and Matt on how to use it. They were pretty impressed with it. I gave Sealands Grove a quick crash course on it. If anybody sees me in any office, grab me, we'll sit down. I'm trying to go over how to get leads right now and how to work it that way. And it's pretty amazing. So anyhow, social media, we need to get in the habit of posting from KV Core. Get out. Oh my gosh. So if you're ever slow in real estate, breakfast, lunch, dinner, go out, grab a cup of coffee. Local events, start a group, join a real estate group, and always educate yourself. Always educate yourself. I learned so much on YouTube. And I don't know, I just do. I mean, there's so many smart people, way smarter than, me, that you just find out so much information about on new ways to try to build your pipeline. So I just try to stay current on that at all times. And I just learned so much. So second, Bright. So this is how I use Bright. I only put my serious buyers in there. Only serious buyers go in Bright. Every other looky-loo goes in KV Core. Only serious people that like right now are going in. So everybody should be familiar with how to set up a search on it. If you don't know how to do that, come see me. Don't be afraid. I think maybe Terry went over it in hers. Number 3 is probably the thing that I use most is HomeSnap. HomeSnap is what I use daily. I set my settings to HomeSnap on my phone, and it alerts me on a search the new homes that are listed in Carlisle, Newville, Boiling Springs, Camp Hill, Mechanicsburg. As soon as one is listed, I get an alert and I scroll through and I look at it. If I want to be in the know about that house when it's sold or when it goes under contract, I star it so it lets me know right away, because that helps me keep a pulse on the market. So I get to find out what it goes under contract for. So that is the number 1 app that I'm on all the time on my phone is HomeSnap. And I have the Pro edition because I like to see what other realtors are selling and how much they're selling. So I highly encourage you to set your searches, and I don't check the hot list in the actual Bright on my phone. I always just get alerts on HomeSnap. The question is, do you have to use KV Core? No, you don't. You can do your own thing. We want you to work what's best for you, but it is one of the best tools in the industry, hands down. And I can help you not make it scary.
Our session yesterday got me excited about it.
Yeah, I think that Matt and Kyle pretty excited about it too today. But every professional business has a book of business, and don't take shortcuts and don't reinvent the wheel, because every single successful agent has a CRM. They just do. There's no other way to do it. I just don't know of any other way. Ooh, okay, so I want to break KV Core down for you in your head, if you can sort of keep sort of picture how this flows. It keeps all contacts in one place, and then it takes a lead through the life cycle, and it allows you to prospect, follow up, and market to all your contacts. That's crucial because that's what we're talking about, what I do every single day. So that's why I live in KV Core, because it allows me to go into one system and do it. And then it keeps track. And then I set little reminders. Just talk to Mary Sue. I got to then follow up in 2 months. The other thing that it does is there's core present and there's core listing. Core present is your what is it? CMA, right? When you need to price a home, this thing is like gold. It is just so good and makes you look so good, this presentation, and it updates in real time. You go out there and you put it together, it gives you active, pending, and closed transactions. If one of the actives that you picked goes under contract, it updates it for your client. And you send it out to your client, you'll be able to see how often they looked at it, how much time they spent on a page. It's just golden. So that's important. And your core listing does your advertising for you. Every listing in KB Core gets its own website. And that is what needs to be advertised immediately whenever you have a new listing. Woo! Does anybody need a break?
Can I
Okay.
ask something real quick?
Yeah.
Listing, I've seen in the group that you posted, this is how you can advertise our office's listings. So
Yeah.
can we advertise any listing from the office, even if it's not ours?
Yes, you can. So what I'm suggesting is, if you go down the left-hand side under listings, you'll see my listing and then you'll see company listing, right?
Uh-huh.
So that's where you'll see all of the office listings. You'll pick which one you want. You want to make sure it's an active listing. And then what you'll do is, say if it's my listing, you don't have to ask me if you can advertise it. But
Okay.
if it's somebody else's, you want to reach out to them and just say, hey, do you mind, right, if I share this on KV Core? They shouldn't mind, right? And I've talked about this over and over again. No one said anything to me. Because this is what realtor.com, this is what Zillow's doing, this is what Redfin is doing, this is what other brokerages are doing. Everyone out there right now is sharing your listing when you get one, right? And trying to get leads from it. Why would we not want our own agents within our agency to share it, right? Because you're just sharing it within your own Facebook group, and you have a whole different group than say I do. You're already sharing it whenever, like, I get a new listing, Carolyn, I see you sharing it, right? You share it like when we get it'll be just like a picture of the house. Now we're just sharing it more effectively so that the leads come back to you. I don't care if you get leads on it. I want you to sell it, right?
Sounds good.
already
So do
have
I need
it.
to put in what do some people put in? Listed by so-and-so, presented by.
Would. I mean, I think that'll make the other agent feel good. Just say, hey, another, a great listing by, Matt or Kyle Chauvin or Matt or whatever. Yeah. Give them some props. I think that will, be nice.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
You're welcome. All right. So quick rundown, KV Core. What do you do first? You set up a profile, you set up your signature and about me, you add contacts. Don't forget to download the KB Core app, and you fill out as much about your client profile as you can, and always put in their anniversary date in their profile section and their birthday. So that's just a quick rundown on what do you do in KB Core. And how do you learn in KB Core? Well, you watch the trainings, right? The playbooks help you gather and work your sphere. And the other thing is you grab me. Just grab me when I'm in the office and just say, Kristi, show me what you've learned recently. Help me with, listing, advertising, whatever, because I can show you some shortcuts. Is KB Core like a Rubik's Cube? A little bit, but I think I think we're getting through. I hope the more that you use it, the more excited about it that you will become. I've broken this down just to show you real quickly that the first step is to fill out your profile information, which again, this is just the very first page in KV Core. Here is your dashboard. This is where you go to find your profile. You click on my profile, and this is where you start filling in your information. Here's another good point. This is where you go to all of the videos. I understand watching videos is not always the easiest. There's really two good ones that I want to make sure that you watch, and that is core listing. And then there, towards the end, there's another one about Facebook posts. And it's like 12 like little lessons long. Watch that one because that'll help you to post like a new, like to teach you how the ins and outs of posting on Facebook.
If anyone shy about writing their own profile in the bio section, I'm kind of good at that, and I would be delighted to help you. It's just a thing I like to do.
Nice, thanks, MJ. So if you go back over to the courses, if you just type in core listing, that video will pop up for you. And here it is right here, the core listing machine. It's invaluable. You really got to watch that one. It's good. It has like emails that you send out with like the just sold e-cards, and they're phenomenal. Like they're live, like they rotate the pictures inside the little frame. All right. The other one that I do all the time is social media. Like I try not to be real estatey all the time, but I interact with people and I talk about real estate. And I feel like this is where you begin to validate that you're a realtor, right? You sort of do. So don't hide from social real estate or from social media. Start validating yourself. And we try to do that for you with any type of listing that you get. We, or under contract that you get sold, we try to get you some good FaceTime out there as well.
And I try to share virtually everybody's from any office, partly because Iron Valley isn't known up here where I am in Columbia County, but also just, to hammer it. It's easy. If everybody shared everybody else's stuff, we would look overwhelming. Thanks,
MJ. The other thing is office time is truly invaluable. It really is. So what you get with office time is personal time with the owners. Like we're willing to give you literally the shirts off our back. We would. So if you come in, we will do whatever. Like you come in just off the streets, we'll make time for you, literally. You need help with something, just come in. One of us is somewhere, just text us and find out where we are. Idea exchanging with other agents, like get to know other agents, find out what they're doing. And Iron Valley agents are pretty fun. They are wicked fun. Learning experiences with the admin staff. Get to know them. They'll tell you just about everything about everybody. That's not in a bad way when they watch this. If they watch this, do you think they'll watch this? Okay, good. And then opportunities are popping up. You know, you get opportunities from hanging out. There's opportunities that happen here all the time. People walking in off the street, wanting to buy a house, phone calls happening, just stuff happens here when you hang out in an office in general. And the other thing is you just get work done. You come in the office, you just are more focused. So that's number 6 with the office time. And then never stop learning. And that's just read books, come to meetings, attend seminars, join Facebook groups, YouTube. There's some crazy people on YouTube. 8 and 9 is the other things that I use all the time is track your expenses. I do that. I never used to. Man, that was difficult coming tax time. Track your expenses every day. Just do it with something simple like I don't know, Excel spreadsheet. Mile IQ app, if you're not using that, you should be. That's my other little tidbit of something I use every day. And talk real estate. The magic happens when people start seeing you as a realtor, truly. Ask for referrals. Talk to other agents, like another successful agent. It doesn't have to be an Iron Valley agent. There's tons of successful Iron Valley agents within our walls. But find out what their mistakes were. You ever talk to an agent and find out, like, what was your biggest mistake that you made? And what would you do over again? Like, literally ask an agent some really hard questions. Those are just good questions to ask and find out, because they would tell you, and you certainly don't want to make those mistakes. And wear your swag. I'm telling you, it works. And spend time in the community. And people love to talk to realtors. They really do. And what else? Oh, the other thing is, I hear agents all the time saying that they gave out business cards. Make sure that you can give out business cards. Make sure you get their information. Like, give your business card, but always say, hey, can I have your email and phone number? Otherwise, it's lost. You'll never get them again. Maybe they might call you, but I always, with everybody, just give me your cell phone number and give me your email. It's the best way to do it. So these are some of my favorite quotes that, like, are who I am. I don't know. Jay-Z is my guy. When I go to listing appointments, that's what's blasted in my car. So I'm the 55-year-old that rolls up with, like, Hova in the background. But this is what gets me going. So those who are successful overcome their fears and take action. Those who aren't submit to their fears and live with regrets. And sincerely, with Iron Valley, we rise by lifting others. And I truly feel that way. And I'm here to lift you every single day. And I truly believe that passion has led us all here to this very point. And we don't have to be smarter. We don't have to be smarter than everybody else. We just have to be more passionate. And we just have to be more intentional and more disciplined to know what it takes to get there. And of course, they run their mouths wide just from my business. Boom. The little gangster. That's it. That's the end. I hope that was a little helpful, inspirational, tell you a little bit about where I came from and what I do every day. And I'm telling you, this is what I do every single day with my business. And I'm looking for success stories, and I hope that you take some of it to heart and do it. And if not, teach me a little bit about what you do. So everybody have a great day.
Thank you,
and
Kristi.
I'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye.
thank you.